This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 482 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show. Please support our sponsors as they make this show possible. Our sponsors this week are HorseLovers.com and you, our auditors. Stable Scoop is back! A first look at the new storytelling segment called The Rest of the Scoop, with the first story titled A Lady's Horse. And Auditor Danielle reviews the Noble Outfitters Cheval Jacket. Listen in. Well, this is Glenn the Geek, and welcome back, everybody, to the Stable Scoop, a radio show. Of course, the Stable Scoop show is the flagship show of the Horse Radio Network, the first show we had that we started with Helena B. all those years ago, 10 years ago now, to be exact. Well, Helena retired last year as she went on to get a real job. She got a real job and was a little stretched on time, so that left me trying to figure out what to do. I turned to the auditors, and we came up with this new format that we're bringing to you starting today. As always, the Stable Scoop show will be a weekly show, and this is what's going to happen for the next 2 weeks. We're bringing to you 2 segments on the show, and then starting in the 3rd week of January, we'll be increasing that to 3 segments, still trying to keep the show to a half an hour to 35 minutes. The first segment is a brand new segment we've never done here on the Horse Radio Network before. It is called The Rest of the Scoop. It is being written by professional writers, and I'll be reading them for you. It's kind of the Paul Harvey, The Rest of the Story, or the Mike Rose, The Way I Heard It. Only it's about horse people and horse things and horses. So I think you're going to like that. The first one we have for you today is called A Lady's Horse. Plus, we're going to be doing our product reviews every week, as we have forever, so that Danielle will be stopping by, Auditor Danielle, with her product review. We're going to do that for the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to add in some new segments for you. Every week in the 3rd part of the show, we'll have a new segment. One's going to be an auditor roundtable. We'll get our auditors together to discuss topics and things that they want to chat about. We're going to be playing a little game show once a month. Mary Kitzmiller is going to do a movie review for us, and we are going to be bringing in Devin Horn, our adventurer, and super badass. She is going to stop by and kind of give us a review of what wacky things she did that month, and also kind of a lead up to her Mongol Derby experience, her 3rd time at the Mongol Derby this year. So all of those things are coming up here on the brand new Stable Scoop radio show. We're looking forward to having you aboard. But first, this Thursday night, the 11th, we want you to all stop by HorseRadioNetwork.com, StableScoop.com, HorsesInTheMorning.com, any of our websites, and you will see the live feed for the WEG Parathon. It's a fundraiser that we're doing for the para athletes in the United States. Those are our riders with handicaps who are up to Olympic level riders and who are trying to compete at the WEG level, at the World Equestrian Games level. We did this fundraiser for them for the 2010 games, and it was very successful, and we're doing another video event with them on Thursday night. So if you come to any of our websites, you'll see the live video from 7 to 9 Eastern Time. You're going to hear the amazing stories, the comeback stories that these para-athletes have achieved in their lifetimes. It's something that it's heartwarming. Have your tissue box handy, but also we're going to have a little fun. I'm going to be there goofing around. Samantha Clark of the 2018 radio show, WEG show, and Reese Koffler-Stanfield of the Dressage radio show are going to host it, and then I'll just be in the background having some fun and providing some breaks for them along the way. It's a 2-hour event, and we hope that you can afford to donate $10 to the cause of the para riders. They are the most underfunded of all the professional riding teams here in the United States, and we just like to help them out in the World Equestrian Games years to defer some of their costs. So we want you to join us. That's Thursday night, the 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Just go to HorseRadioNetwork.com. The video will be right on the homepage, and we'll also have the live stream by audio on our app. Just click the live button. You can hear the audio version, or any of the places you listen to Horses in the Morning live, you'll be able to hear to this event live as well. Thank you so much for helping support the para riders. And now it's time for the rest of the scoop, which is our storytelling segment, which leaves you guessing until the end who or what we're talking about. This first one was written by Gail Stewart, and it's called A Lady's Horse. We hope you enjoy these brand new segments as much as I've enjoyed reading them and recording them. I hope you enjoy hearing them. Let me know what you think. A Lady's Horse by Gail Stewart. Back in the day, and I mean way back in the day, in the middle of the 11th century, there lived a lovely young equestrian. She rode her horse about town and country, speaking to farmers, bakers, hat makers, and those of poverty of purse. She was a noblewoman of means and modesty, and a landowner. One of her properties was Coventry, a farming village about 95 miles west of London. And as the wife of Leofric, Earl of Mercia, she boasted the titles of Countess and Lady. Despite her upper-class status, she wasn't one to put on airs. Nobility in those days, as it is today, was highly regarded among commoners. They considered this lady one of their own. And so life moved along merrily in Coventry, until discontent knocked on the door of Earl Leofric, a powerful lord who ruled part of England under the Danish king Canute. One story says Leofric, hoping to please the king, imposed gregarious taxes on the citizens of Coventry, money which was sent to King Canute for his personal use. Another story says the people were protesting taxes on horses, a mainstay of life in the Middle Ages. In any case, the people of Coventry suffered under heavy taxes and wanted relief. Not surprisingly, they held no sway with Leofric. He turned a deaf ear on their pleas, but they were friends with his wife, a lovely lady of the land, and they did have influence on her. In turn, she has influence on the Earl. "Please, dear lady, can you help us?" they begged of the pious gentlewoman. She vowed to help if she could. She cajoled and she sweet-talked and she flattered her husband. He turned a deaf ear to her as well, and the battle between man and wife began. Finally, in exasperation, according to tradition, he struck upon a peculiar idea, a solution to end his wife's harping. "Okay, my wife and friend to all, I might lower taxes if you ride through the marketplace adorned only by a single garment, one of your own making." To Leofric's surprise, his genteel wife agreed. But she wanted something in return from her subjects. "All of you," she beseeched, "shutter your windows and do not watch me pass thus adorned. By this onerous duty, the Earl of Mercia will reduce your taxes." The appointed and highly anticipated day of her ride arrived. She washed and brushed her hair. A stable boy groomed her snow-white horse, meticulously combing his mane and tail, which were long and silky like the very hair that crowned the head of his mistress. And so the titled horsewoman, with her tender heart, let fall her bountiful tresses, a garment very much of her own making, and except for her face and legs, she was covered completely. Thus attired, she rode through Coventry on market day. And her subjects honored her. After all, they stood to benefit from her heroic act. They stayed indoors behind shuttered windows, all except one, a town tailor named Tom. And as she rode by, the scoundrel succumbed to vile temptation and peeped out. And the peeping Tom has been with us ever since. Legend says that heaven frowned on Tom's indiscretion and struck him blind or dead. Conversely, after his wife made good on their bargain and led a parade of one, veiled only by her long hair, Leofric had an epiphany. His heart softened, and he found religion. He reduced taxes and, with his wife, built a Benedictine monastery. So today, the medieval streaker we know as Lady Godiva. Whether her legendary ride is fact or fiction, she was, without a doubt, a real person. And what of her horse? He's been famous for almost 1,000 years, starring in paintings and poems, parades and movies, and with Godiva as a prestigious Belgian chocolatier's logo. Perhaps he really did provide proper escort on an improper mission in merry old England, oh so long ago. Or maybe he simply squired Godiva about on daily errands. But the question lingers. What was the name of Lady Godiva's horse? His formal British name, sad to say, has been lost in the midst of time. But truth be told, some historians have been heard to call him Lucky. A Lady's Horse was written by Gail Stewart, author of 100 Horses in History, True Stories of Horses That Shaped Our World. You can find all of her terrific writing at 100horsesinhistory.com. Thank you to Gail.
And it's product review time. Woohoo! One of my favorites. This is Coach Jen, and I am here with one of our auditors, Danielle Bacher. Greetings, Danielle.
Hello.
So you are one of our auditors, and you signed up to get a product to test to do one of our product reviews. What did you get?
I got the Noble Outfitters Cheval jacket. It's waterproof, so I wear it like a raincoat, and it's fabulous.
So
Yeah,
is it just is it your standard rain jacket, or is it something a little different than your usual nylon-y kind of, fisherman's jacket?
Yeah, no, it's a lot more breathable than your standard raincoat, and it's tailored like a riding coat. So it's longer in the back, and it has the slits, and the sleeves are a little longer, so that way when you're riding, your wrists aren't out.
Oh, that's kind of handy.
Yeah, it's really comfy. I've ridden in it, not in the rain because I don't ride in the rain, but I've ridden in it out on like a trail ride on a windy day. And like we were hacking through the woods and stuff. So I was like bending all the way forward. We were climbing over logs. Never once got in my way.
Oh, so it's the tailoring is really riding friendly then.
Yes.
Now, it looks like it has the kind of collar that you can turn up when the weather goes south.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And it has Now, does it zip up the front or does it just button up the front?
It zips up and then it zips on the inside and then it has the buttons.
All right. So it has that double placket thing. So when the rain's going sideways, you stay dry. I like that.
Yes.
Very good idea. And what color did you get? Did you get the navy or did you get the black or did you get the deep teal?
I got the navy.
Got the navy. All right. And is it really navy or is it something close to navy?
No, it's a real navy blue. It's not like that purplish faded navy blue color. It's the nice.
It looks like it has the little draw cord around the waist so that it doesn't get poofy while you're riding.
Yep.
Very good.
Gives you a better looking figure.
I need all the help I can get in that respect, so I like that a lot. Yeah. Well-defined waist is a good thing when you're a rider.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So it is the Noble Outfitters Cheval jacket, and that's available at horselovers.com, horselovers with a Z at the end.com. And as we record our review this evening, it is $119.95. And thank you very much, Danielle Bacher, auditor, for coming on and doing our review.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us here on the new Stable Scoop radio show. We'll be back next week with another story and another product review, and then some other new things coming toward the end of the month. You can find all of the great shows on the Horse Radio Network, all 16 of them, at horseradionetwork.com. Just search for Horse Radio Network in the App Store, iOS or Android. You can download the exclusive app for the Horse Radio Network. Makes it simple and easy to download all of our shows. Of course, Stable Scoop can be found on any podcast player, iTunes, anywhere you normally find podcasts. For all the past episodes of Stable Scoop, go to stablescoop.com and follow us on Facebook under Stable Scoop. Thanks again. You can also find me over at Horses in the Morning 5 days a week. Stop over there and say hi. We'd love to see you over there as well. horsesinthemorning.com. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, a live video. Just go to horseradionetwork.com. You'll see the live video on right there, and you'll hear the amazing stories of our para-athletes here in the United States. It's a 2-hour live event with Reese and Samantha leading the way. We'll see you Thursday night, everybody.